Fellow micropatriologists, I bid you welcome to this convention. While I regret that I cannot be with you in person, rest assured that in spirit, my friendship and encouragement is there. As you look around, you will see like-minded comrades who have established their own model nations. Since the advent of the internet, this activity has become widespread. However, the idea of establishing a model country is nothing new. In my research, I came across a 19th century model country named the Upware Republic. British historian Mark Valentine, who restarted this project as a literary society, provided me with the following history that I will share. In November 1851, a group of Cambridge University undergraduates founded an independent republic at an old thatched waterside inn near the Fenland village of Upware with the picturesque name 5 miles from nowhere, no hurry. Officials, including councils and sundry clerics, were appointed, a minute book opened, and inscriptions made upon the walls and windows of the pub. The members of the republic included several who were to become eminent in various spheres in later life, including Samuel Butler. Butler, I may add, was the author of the early science fiction classic Erewhon. The student involvement in the Republic seems to have waned after 5 or 6 years. But in the late 1860s and later, it became a kingdom under the sway of the eccentric poet Richard Ramsay Feeder, M.A., of Jesus College, Cambridge, who, in, quote, red waistcoat and corduroy breeches, unquote, would swig from an earthenware jug of enormous capacity, which he called His Majesty's Pint. Alas, the original pub seems to have long since vanished, although there is a modern replacement. The Upware Republic was launched as an unusual literary society and nation by Mark Valentine on its 150th anniversary in November 2001. The purpose of the new society is to research and preserve references to the original republic and its members, explore its terrain, celebrate Samuel Butler and Erewhon, and revive the traditions of tavern talk, good fellowship, and independence of mind associated with the Upware spirit. As I have studied the Micronation movement, I have come to the conclusion that there are 5 primary reasons why these projects are started. Some have a stronger influence than others, yet many overlap in some capacity. The first is artistic expression. This may start with an interest in the currency and stamps of nations and their unique designs. Fanciful expressions in homemade postage stamps, national seals, flags, and other ephemera often lead into the formation of a model country. A creative exercise becoming manifest as a fantasy state, complete with coinage and heraldry. More expressions can be made in the creation of other ephemera, such as robes of office and medals of merit, bestowed to friends and comrades who are part of the model nation. The host of this event we attend today, President Kevin Bow, has created his own model nation, the Republic of Molossia, on his property in the state of Nevada, complete with flags, customs booth, national boundary markers, and even scale model railroads. The second is self-aggrandizement. In a society where titles have almost vanished, the charm, or even the art, of formality can bring a small social group tightly together. Friends and associates addressing each other as Your Grace, His Highness, Her Royal Majesty, and the like, can bring a reassuring formality into an overly casual world. The circle of friends that surrounded 1950s comedian Richard Buckley did this, presenting him with the pseudonym that he is best remembered by today, Lord Buckley. The third is historical interest. What better way can someone learn about the empires of old than to recreate them, even if only as fictional exercises? The best example I can give for this is the Society for Creative Anachronism, or SCA for short. This is an international medieval historical reenactment group that has assorted divisions organized not as mere chapters and departments, but as medieval hierarchies such as dukedoms, kingdoms, and empires, with such claims mapped over existing countries of today, making it the largest model country project in the world. The fourth is satire. What better way of tweaking the nose of the established order than to form one's own mock nation-state? They seem to abound on the internet. Such examples are the United States of Roadkills Are Us, the Martian Government in Exile, the Free State of Darrell, founded by Darrell Perry, the Kingdom of Two Chairs, and the Republic of Lucastan, founded by Stu Lucas, who claims to have won the title deed of a tiny fly speck of a South Pacific island in a poker game. Another example is the Kingdom of Hay on Wye, founded by Welsh bookseller Richard Booth. The self-proclaimed King George organized the mock kingdom in 1977 in order to promote the local booksellers of the village of Hay and organize an annual book fair. Booth also sells mock noble titles on his website, with knighthoods going for £25 and dukedoms for £50. The fifth is actual political exercise. The brave handful who have actually attempted the formation of a legitimate nation-state have achieved some form of recognition, albeit de facto rather than de jure. Permit me to give you a few examples of these. In 1967, Paddy Roy Bates, fishing fleet owner and one-time pirate radio station operator, boarded the abandoned Fort Ruff's Tower, a British World War II military platform in the Thames estuary at the mouth of the Orwell River, and proclaimed it the Principality of Sealand. Now ruled by Bates's son Michael, the 558 square meter platform has seen its many days in court, complete with a history that includes an invasion by an usurper and its armed liberation by Prince Roy himself, counterfeited passports by con artists, a fire that nearly destroyed the platform, and even the operation of an offshore data haven. The nation-state still survives today. In 1968, Italian engineer Giorgio Rosa built an artificial platform 500 meters outside of Italian waters in a section of the Adriatic Sea that was only 2 meters deep. Christened the Republic of Rose Island, or in the nation's official language of Esperanto, bear with me if I mispronounce this, La Respublico di la Insulo di la Rosoi. It was a 400 square meter platform with an observation deck, post office, and general store serving the owners of small craft. Independence was proclaimed on the 22nd of June in 1968, but 55 days later, Rosa was arrested by Italian authorities on a litany of charges. While he was in custody, the platform was dynamited into the Adriatic by the Italian Navy, making this only the third time in recorded history that a nation-state was wiped off the map by a single military strike, the other two being Danzig and Carthage. In 1970, a group of Danish hippies began squatting on an abandoned military base and proclaimed it an autonomous zone. To this day, the self-proclaimed Free City of Christiania still exists, despite the expectations of those who have opposed it, as well as those who seek to replace it with luxury housing. In spite of the many claims and proclamations of independence, the only official recognition it has received was the construction of a local bus stop in front of the city's gates. Also in 1970, Australian wheat farmer Leonard Casley, in protest of farming quotas, proclaimed his farm the Hutt River Province, later known as the Principality of Hutt River. The self-proclaimed nation in the state of Western Australia has become something of a tourist attraction in the largely rural area. In 1972, Lithuanian-born U.S. citizen Michael P. Oliver attempted to start his own nation based on libertarian ideals on the Minerva Reefs. With business partner Morris Bud Davis and a number of workers, Oliver rented a boat to dump sand onto the reefs to form an artificial island dubbed the Republic of Minerva. The only country to take official notice of Minerva was the Kingdom of Tonga, which conquered the island as its own. Time and the elements have worn the landfill project back into reefs. While not exactly a serious attempt at sovereignty, in 2005, British comedian Danny Wallace started the Kingdom of Lovely as part of a BBC TV miniseries entitled How to Start Your Own Country. His attempts of starting a bank, designing a flag, attracting would-be citizens, and even seeking recognition from the United Nations illustrate the problems that up-and-coming countries experience on the long and rough road to international recognition. I am certain that I have left out any number of other projects from the past, and I will let those who follow me mention them in their speeches today. In closing, permit me to say that while there are many who form their own micronations for reasons of their own, we must remember and take precaution against those who may use this movement for less than sincere intentions. There have been a number of criminals who have sold useless passports to countries that do not exist to people desperate for freedom or a better life. Overzealous people who have proclaimed themselves sovereign citizens in order to evade laws and taxes, as well as those who mistakenly believe that by simply proclaiming the formation of a country of their own, somehow that claim will be recognized by all legal authorities. It is for that final group of people that I must state the following. Dreamers and poets will always build castles in the sky, but only fools and lunatics will try to live in them. I thank you for your time and attention, and I hope that this convention will be entertaining and enriching to all involved. Thank you very much.